Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you a tutorial in the Minecraft mod pack Feed the Beast. This is very similar to Tech-It and usually gets confused with Tech-It, but it is different and it has a lot of cool mods in it. Things like bees and forestry are included in this, which are not in Tech-It, however. The things like equivalent exchange, they're not in this. But this is more kind of a legit way to do it. Like, you can't just like put a block down and get like 1,000,000 diamonds instantly. This is more the legit way to do it. So today I'm going to be basically telling you how to build an MJ power station. Now there's two types of electricity within, power within Feed the Beast. There's MJs, which are Minecraft joules, which you use for taking things out of chests. Use it on all the forestry machines, and if you play Feed the Beast, you'll know what I'm talking about. And there's also EU, which is more like machines. So yeah, MJs are the things that these kind of engines make. So yeah, let's just start from the beginning. So the first thing you're basically going to need to do is find a bunch of meadows bees. These are just standard meadows bees. You find these in the wilderness, and you use a scoop, which you make like this with some sticks and some wool. Use a scoop, and yeah, you basically just use your scoop to collect the beehives, and the ones in kind of like forest biomes and meadows biomes, stuff like that, and you get these meadows bees. These are basically all you need. You don't need to get into bee breeding to do this, and you basically just build a bunch of apiaries, which you can look at the crafting recipe in the menu here. And you pretty much just want to set them up like this. So you place it down. You want to put a chest. It doesn't have to be a diamond chest. I just put it here because they look cool. Put a chest next to it. A stone pipe on top of that. A wooden pipe here with a gate on it. You want to use an Arctic gate or something. One of these things. Arctic gate. You want to use one of them and set it up so it's redstone signal off. Energy pulsar. And that'll basically take all the stuff out of here. So it won't take these bees out, but anything it makes, it'll take out. And you then want to put it into this apiarist pipe. On your apiarist pipe, you want to set it up so any bees go back in, any items go into your chest. You then need to set it up so that the same way with your same type of gate, set it up the same way so it sucks out and then comes down to this way. You need to do that with all of these, and you may need to use some iron pipes to make sure they don't go the wrong direction, and you can just research on Wikipedia how these work. They're very simple. It basically stops items going back. It makes it one way pretty much. So you want to set up as many of these as you can, as many apiaries set up like this as you can. You then need to pipe that going into a chest. Now this is just kind of a safety feature. There's a lot of safety features with this system. So you want to going into this chest here, and then it gets sucked out with another gate system exactly the same way, and then you want to have a diamond transport pipe, which is basically a sorting system much like these. These are more, kind of, like set up for bees, but these are set up for just normal items. So yeah, on yellow you just want not yellow. Yellow, you don't want anything, or whatever your chest is on, you don't want anything, because that basically specifies that any item that's not like sorted will go here. So if you get any items that aren't sorted, you'll get them in here. So far none, so that's good. I'll just change it today. And then any honey drops which get stuck in this system for some reason, just go blue, and I'll explain that later. But you want all the honeycombs to go to this way, and you want these to go into centrifuges, which basically turn the honeycomb into honey, liquid, the honey drops, which you then turn into liquid honey. You also get beeswax, so we need to filter that out, and I'll explain the power system later on. Basically powers itself, but pretty much, see this, where's the centrifuge? It was this one. So you get the two items after it's been centrifuged, and you want to have it set up the same way with another chest here, and you'll have pretty much like this blue. I said I'd explain this, but pretty much if there's any honey drops in this part for some reason, these come down here and go skip straight. They basically skip the centrifuges so it doesn't jam and come straight to here. They then get sorted again. You should get beeswax and honey drops from the centrifuges. So all the beeswax comes into this chest here, which is sorted with a diamond transport pipe. You don't want anything to go red, and then everything else should go green, specifically only honey drops. So yeah, that goes down here, which go into squeezers. Now these basically turn it into liquid honey, which is the stuff we're going to be using to power everything. So if I just find one that's turning it into, should be around here. That's probably already done it. But pretty much you want to then have these squeezers being powered, and then you want to have a liquiduct, which is an item. You can also use liquid transport pipes, but they're not as good. You want to have liquiducts attached to the front, which are then powered with redstone, and you want to use a crescent hammer, which is an item, and hit this until the liquid honey comes out, because there's two ways you can have it, input and output, and then just have that going over there. I'll explain this first. So you've got the honey being made, that's going over there, but sometimes there's a rare chance you get propolis, which is something that's very useful in this mod pack, but you might not necessarily need it, or you might not need it at that moment, and it might clog up your system. You basically just want to have another set of wooden transport pipes with these gates on that sucks out any items. So this will suck out items, this will suck out liquid, and make sure these are liquiducts. So yeah, all the propolis will go in here, because there's no other items that can be made. See there's the honey. Propolis will be all in this chest here, and you might want to use these iron transport pipes as well, just so it doesn't clog up. This is basically like a foolproof system, and it shouldn't clog up. You then want to have one of these iron tanks, which are, let's say, they're fairly easy to make in survival. I'll explain what this thing is in a sec, but basically these iron tanks, you basically build them and they fill up, and it tells you that's how many, like, I think it's buckets or something like that, like bucket units or something. So there's 2 million units. This is a fairly big tank, you don't need it this big. This is just kind of a buffer. So it goes into the tank, and then anything that's needed just comes out the tank and goes straight into these engines, which are biogas engines, I believe. Biogas engines, and as you can see, they're full of honey, which is very good. These run off honey, and they need to put a little bit of lava in, but you only actually need to put lava in at the start, just so they can warm up. So basically, yeah, you just have the honey going in here, and then pretty much you have the power that comes out of these engines after you power them with redstone, give them the honey they need, and that basically filters through the system again. So it goes into this, which is a storage cell. As you can see, it's going up, but then your output for any machines you need will be over here or over here, but then obviously we need to power these machines in the system, so we just use these redstone conduits, and then just plug them into all the machines we're using. So yeah, as you can see, it powers itself, which is very nice. It's fairly expensive to make, I've got to say that, but you can replace certain things, like you can improvise, you can use the golden conductive pipes instead of these. You just search these in the search bar, it's very simple. And you know, you can use like the liquid pipes from, I think it's BDcraft or Industrial Craft, instead of these liquiducts, which are actually a little bit better. You don't have to have a chunk loader, but I highly recommend having one, because you want to have all of this area loaded, because if like this part isn't loaded, like you're not going to get any bees. You're only just going to have the processing part, which is kind of pointless because you're not getting anything to process. So yeah, and pretty much this current system that I'm using now, I actually I spawned a bunch of honey drops and I put them in these squeezers, just to speed it up. Pretty much what you have to do, this is like not enough apiaries. You're going to need like probably like at least 4 times as much of this, which is quite big to ask for. But once you've got it set up, it's free power pretty much. And it breeds the bees for you, so it just drops off the drones that it doesn't need here. So you basically have a bunch of drones, if you need them. Not that you would just need a bunch of random meadows drones, and you can mix and match these bees, to be honest with you, as long as they when you centrifuge their comb, you get a honey drop. It doesn't really matter what type of bees you use. So yeah, but these are the easiest bees to get. I mean, these spawn naturally in the world. You just have to find the hives, pretty much. And yeah, so to make this more efficient, all you simply have to do, there's nothing really in here you can actually do, but you pretty much just want to extend the amount of apiaries, maybe put some more flowers down, stuff like that. And you can also put in these frames which speed up the time it takes for them to make, for them to die off and make the honeycombs. So yeah, this this system is pretty much like you don't need to do anything. The only thing you would actually need to do is every now and again check these chests to make sure they're not full. But I can't imagine these filling up too fast. And you also need to check that this doesn't clog up. Like, you need to, you know, every now and again just kind of take the bees out and just have one in there. And yeah, you're pretty much set, because once you've got this set up, you don't need to touch it. I mean, unless it, like, sometimes you can run out of lava, you might need to top that up or something, or, you know, sometimes it might run out of honey and not be able to sustain itself. But the simple answer to that is to just add more apiaries. You can also, if you are more advanced in the bee kind of keeping stuff, and you have alvearies, which you don't really need to worry about, but they're just a bit more efficient. So if you have alvearies, then, you know, I suggest using them. But you know, you don't really need to worry. Just add more of these. They're very kind of simple setups. This setup itself is fairly cheap, as long as you can get the seed oil and stuff to make these apiaries. And then I'd say the most kind of expensive stuff is this redstone conduit and the liquiducts. I mean, these chests, you don't need crystal chests. You can use pretty much any chest within the game. And yeah, if you guys haven't played on Feed the Beast, then I really suggest go on the Feed the Beast website, download the launcher. There's lots of different packs. I'm currently using the Minecraft pack. I think that's my favourite one. There's like different custom, like different mods and stuff like that. So there's the Oxcast one. There's the Minecraft one. Minecraft one's my favourite one. It's got like a good combination of mods, I think. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you think there's any improvements I can do to this, because there probably are. Like, making it more efficient is the best thing. But the thing is, this is basically free power. It collects all the stuff it doesn't need, so you can just take them. It like doesn't just void pipe them. You actually get all the items it doesn't need. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, a like is always appreciated. Any improvements, you guys leave them in the comments. That'd be great. And I might do an updated video of this. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.